All right, what is up, everybody? We are back at it again here with a little bit of pre-market prep. I'll probably keep this short to like a good, 10 to 15 minutes. We got about 8 minutes until the bell opens. Just want to kind of prep you guys for what you should be looking at so far throughout the day. Currently, right now, I am in CSTL. Only trade I'm doing right now, as you can see right there. Basically, it's probably the more of a, volume leading stock here. I mean, we got the alerts about it as you could see earlier. I didn't get in until about, 8, 1895, but we've been alerted about it earlier today since the first initial volume spike, and that's when it originally caught my eye. But right now I'm in CSTL. I'll probably take profits before the bell, just to obviously lock that in. But then also GRR, as I mentioned on the watch list, is still something I'm looking at. PWM for sure, because it is a Chinese stock, so it might be heavily manipulated. And then as you can see, I still have other ones on here: Rivian, SOPA, NUZE, of course Tesla, BCLI, and ZVSA. Those are pretty much the ones that I'm watching here so far, this morning. But right now, my main focus is again CSTL and PWM on the back burner with GRR following it. So that's where we're at now. Let's kind of take a look here. Again, I'm in this bad boy at 819. Um, right now, it's been doing some good signs of establishing new lower highs. As you can see, this little stair-stepping pattern here. It's popping up, pulling back, holding, popping up, pulling back, holding, popping up, pulling back, holding, popping up, pulling back, holding. It's in that little pattern frame. Okay, but again, we are in pre-market. Um, I'm anticipating to probably, take it out at the last minute here. I'm gonna lock in my profits, and then we'll see how it works in the opening bell. But we got a catalyst. We got, price action showing, so everything is looking good here. As far as the news for it, I believe it was analysts mentioning something about it. Let's see here. That's SOPA. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, they're basically presenting, you know, at another conference. That's not the best of a catalyst, but it is something to make it move, So of course, then they had the price target there at $32. Doesn't mean it's going to necessarily go to $32, guys. It's just, analysts, estimates there. But again, you know, looking at things like volume two, the order book, as of course, as we're getting into the, opening bell, it's starting to light up a little bit. A lot of you, like, hey, what's your target? Honestly, my target is going to be probably somewhere near like, 21 or 22 if it can get there before the opening bell. If not, again, I want to just lock it in. I'll probably go for even $500 because it is Friday. You guys know me. I normally don't trade on Fridays, but I wanted to get into this just to, give you guys a little pre-market prep of where we're at and everything. Um, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. So hopefully you guys are, watching your targets. As you can see, of course, we got a little bit of resistance here at $20, you know, 28.90. If it blows through that, I'll let it ride. But, if not, I'm gonna go ahead and lock it in at least by, the $19 level just to secure a couple $100. Um, these were really good places to enter and exit on these little dips here. So hopefully you were able to read that correctly, and measure your risk accordingly. Aside from that, guys, there's really not much else to kind of to touch on. So CSTL, PWM, GRR are going to be the main watches today. Okay, so we got about a few more minutes here till the opening bell. Doesn't look like there's anything on the economic calendar that's important. I mean, they did post some numbers, but that's not really going to affect the market too much, I don't think, at least in the small cap sector. Bigger player, large caps might, have an effect on it, but I don't think it's going to bother us much. Let me refresh this calendar here to see if anything else is happening today. Yeah, it doesn't like much is happening today, so might be a pretty quiet Friday. Whether it is or whether there isn't, green is green. All right. Yeah, just make sure, however you execute your trades, whether you're drawing trend lines or whether you're, buying dips or whatever your strategy is, that you're executing and locking in profits. Because again, where the cycle is, where we're at, you want to be safe than sorry, especially with the low volume that's been in the market lately. Okay. Um, so let me get ready to lock in these profits here. I'm at like 375 now. Again, of course, it's anticipated because it's on the pullback here. Of course, at any point in time, this stuff here can drop. So, keep that in mind. But like I said, I'm in it at a good pricing. I'm in it at 18.95. Can't be too mad at that. Um, so currently sitting at 4.95 there in profit. Um, could get a little bit higher, but we'll see. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, we're at 555 right now. Pretty big order block that just came in, level two. Oh, screen is starting to freeze up. See, that's why I don't always record on. But yeah, so that's where we're at now. Watch for a little bit of a climb right before the end of the bell. We got about 2 minutes. Um, that order block looks good. I don't see any resistance building up, but again, this is only pre-market, guys. Once opening bell hits, other brokers are opening. It might be people, trying to cash out, so you can anticipate a drop in here. So what I'll probably do is just go ahead and lock in these profits. I'll give it like a minute or two to see if it can break, right at $500. I wouldn't mind, getting it to that point, and then we'll play this opening to see how this works. Okay, so let's give it a little bit of time here. But regardless, I got to stick to my rules. You guys know me. I take my profits. If I'm in pre-market, I'm out at pre-market, no matter what the outcome might be. So, and of course, I'll screenshot this for you guys and put it in the Facebook group. 5% isn't bad. And since the trend is starting to pull back a little bit, I'm probably going to just lock in these profits at 450. So let's take a look here and see where we're at. There we go. All right. Oh, sorry. Things freezing up here. All right, so let's get set with this bad boy. Got about 1 more minute to the opening bell. All right, I'm just sitting here looking at the economic news. Nothing important's happening right now. All right, there's opening bell. All right, so I'm gonna keep this going here because level two is looking good. Let's see here. See, there's that drop we anticipated. This is why you lock in profits. So what I'm gonna do here is look for probably an entry on this, if possible. If I get in and get filled, great. If not, no harm, no foul. We've already locked in profits already. So let's just see how far this thing can go. Oop, there we go. Got that locked in. Let's get it. All right, come on down. This is a good time to, get ready to buy in. If you're going to be scaling into a trade, that might be ideal. Um, if you guys know like how to, scale in on the way down for that bullish pop-up, that's fine. But, ideally you want to wait for a little bit, especially in opening bell. Let all the sellers cash out, do what they want to do. Psych out the, the scalpers who are, afraid of that pullback because you got a little bit of time for waiting on that. Look at Tesla. Tesla's doing pretty good. Rivian's doing well as well. GRR is looking to try to test the highs there. So pretty decent opening for the ones that we were looking at. Um, curious to see what PWM is, especially with it being an IPO. Um, Rest of these don't really bother looking at. Volume is on them as light. Really, again, these top three are the main ones that I'm kind of focusing on. So right now, where we are at with CSTL. So again, right now at this point, it's just waiting for another entry. So again, you're anticipating, some of this is, this momentum here is going downward. Okay. Obviously, if you have something up like the super trend indicator or anything like that, that would help you out as well too. Um, again, you're limited to, so many different things with TradingView and any brokers you have. Just, set it up to what you like the best. So pretty easy. All right. Um, but yeah, this is pretty much how we're going to be throughout the day. Not going to keep you guys too long, but now you know what to kind of look at and what to look for. Anticipate, wait for these pullbacks, watch level two, um, find you a good entry. If you're going to long this stock, long it once, it starts to let up on the selling side, okay? But other than that, you do that, lock in your profits, you still have good momentum. It's still trending positively. Watch for the bounce in this VWAP. Ideally, you could use the VWAP trading strategy on this one that I teach you guys, because it isn't a good trend. And as it keeps pulling back, you can limit your risk to reward much easier. So, all right, guys. Well, hopefully we have a green day. I'll look for some more entries here, and you guys stay green.